Simon & Mary are a heritage brand for a new generation. Honoring the past and celebrating the present, this family-run business has been making hats since 1935. They launched their new look paying tribute to the founders of the brand, Simon and Mary Pozniak.
Hi, my name is Julian Pozniak. I'm a fourth-generation milliner, and welcome to the Simon and Mary factory. My family background is in hat making. My great-grandfather Mordechai Pozniak had a cap factory in Poland. In the early 30s, my great-grandfather came over to South Africa with my grandfather Simon due to the war. He brought his cap factory to South Africa, which eventually evolved into a hat manufacturing plant, and the rest is history. We're still here today. I decided to follow the footsteps of my grandfather and my father as a hat maker because it's what I've known all my life. You know, my father's been in this business since I can remember. And it's just always sat with me. I've always loved hats. You know, it's a weird thing to love, but it's something I've always loved, and I'm very happy and honored to be here following in their footsteps.
Simon and Mary came at a very opportune time because felt hat business was on the decline. And then Simon and Mary arrived, and Simon and Mary took a lot of the styles from the old colonial days of the out of Africa look, the pith helmet, the Canadian Mountie hat, the fez hat, and managed to make it for today's market. And we are very happy to have it.
The inspiration behind the shapes of the hats and the history, I'm very lucky that there is a long history with the shapes. I'm using the blocks that my grandfather used in the 50s and the 60s, and all I've done is I've just made some small tweaks to make it more modern. Adding new colors, you know, shorter brims, different finishes. And what I also did when launching Simon & Mary is I added a women's range. We only used to do men's hats back in the day. This is where we make our magic and make all of our hats. Around me you can see all of our machineries. It was purchased in the 50s and 60s from Italy, and we've been making hats on these machines ever since. From the dyeing process, we then bring the hood onto the blocking process. The blocking process allows us to stretch the brim to the correct size and then also gives us the correct size of the hat. This is the second phase of the production, where we have now bought the hats from downstairs where we block them. And what we do now is we take them to our pressing machines, we press it, gives the shape of the crown. The pressing machine uses weight, it uses water, and it uses steam to get the shape of the crown. Over here we have our branding station. This is where we get our leather sweatbands. We use gold foil and we stamp them, and this is how it lands up with the Simon & Mary branding on the sweatbands. Now we enter into our trimming room. This is pretty much where we finish the hats. We sew on the ribbons, we sew on the sweatbands. Over there we welt the brims. That's folding the felt and creating a finish on the brim. This is pretty much where the hats get their final touch. Our latest collection was a cactus range. We imported cactus leather from Mexico, and we made a bucket hat and a baseball cap.
But their speciality remains felt hats, and one of the ways they have made their tradition appealing for a contemporary market is with the vibrant use of color.
This is the final stage of production. This is what we call the sandbagging machine. This has got sand in it, and it uses pressure. And then this is heated hot, so it uses pressure and heat, and what it basically does is it shapes the brim of the hat. So we use the wooden block, put it on here, put the hat in here, and then it will shape the brim of the hat. Once we're done with the sandbagging process, we then send the hats into checking and then to packing, and then they're shipped off to the customers and to the retailers around the country.
Simon & Mary have established a name for themselves and are still growing as a business by keeping agile, alert, and in tune with what is happening in the world around them. Get more of the Insider SA online. Follow, connect, engage, and be inspired to live better with the Insider SA. Watch the show Monday evenings at 5:30. Repeat Saturday at 1 on S3.